So a few weeks ago, I asked my subscribers, would you like me to review your business? Would you like it so that I take your Google My Business listing and I then look at it and then use my experience to try and give you some feedback so that it improves your ranking, improves your local SEO, and that eventually will improve the fact you'll get more clients and more customers. So rather than looking at perhaps businesses that aren't that relevant to you, how about looking at businesses that are in your country, in your town or city, and it's your category, and in fact, it's your business? Well, that's what I'm about to do now. So I'm taking some of those businesses that you've asked me to review. Hopefully it's yours. And I'm now going to then tell you some of the things that you could do to improve it. Okay, so our first one is from Argentina. And this is Capitan Scorbuto. So we've got a lawyer. This is based in Argentina, and so we've got the categories lawyer and employment lawyer. Those are the two ones being used there. So great reviews. Let's look at a couple of positives. Good reviews, nice logos. So we've got the logo sorted there as well. They're taking online appointments. That's always good. They fill these out, which is excellent. They've got their times in. So on the whole, I can see that they've filled out pretty much the most standard basics. They've got like 100% record of filling things out. Of course, they've got no doubt, like most, a logo 85% issue, I would have thought. Okay, what are the things though? Because we're looking at what can they work on. So what things can they work on? I just noticed that the booking link is the same as the website link. Well, we're going to look at the website in a moment, but if I click through to here, ideally you want a booking page. Let's see what comes up. So they do have kind of a WhatsApp booking, that's good, but this is just the home page, so there's no difference really. So maybe that's something to consider. Maybe the contact page would be better, or a booking page on the contact page. But on the whole, you can see they've really integrated the Google My Business well. They've got their Google My Business reviews here, which is really good as well. So that's a nice little plugin that they're using. I assume that they're using WordPress. Let's just check. So I can I can take their website and just check to see if they're using WordPress, which I believe they probably are by looks of things. Yes, they're using WordPress and Elementor as well, so that's good. So it looks like they've got a nice little plugin coming in here. So what else can we see? You notice they've got frequent questions here. So you've got quite a few, you've got 4 frequent questions with the answers as well, so that's good. So I always think frequent questions should definitely be, let's see if you've got them on here. Let's see if we can get the knowledge panel up. So let's see how good the branding is. It could be that it's not Argentina, so let's just put that. It could be that knowledge panels don't work in Argentina. Okay, I'm going to see if they're the knowledge panel. So okay, what I'm doing here is going to see if I search in Google. Yes, so the knowledge panels can show. And this is what I mean about the questions and answers. See all questions, click on that. So you can ask your own question, you can give your own answer. So that's the way I would do that. So let's go back. Let me explain what I'm on about, because you've got 4 questions that are frequently asked by your customers, and looking here, I can't see whether you've actually put those into your. So you've got a lot of good things going on. I get the booking sorted out, and I would also just make sure that your branding shows this up. I can't. If I put the full address in, let's just see if I can do that. What I expect to see is if I go to Google and type your address in and your name, I would expect to see that come up. Even though I'm in the UK, I'd expect that would be strong enough to give the right signal. It does. Excellent. So now we've got, okay, so now we can see a bit more about your business. So yeah, I mean, if you want your sites reviewed, if you can give me perhaps the link as well to the knowledge panel, that just makes it even more easier, because then from there I can see the website and I can see a lot more information. So you've got no questions and answers. Okay, that's my advice then, is go to your website, take these and add them, because that will give you a bit more impact. It'll just give a bit more extra information here for your customers, and it also just provides a good service. But yeah, you've got your branding there, which is the same up here in your website. Let's just check that. Yes, it is. So the branding's there. So lawyer in Mendoza, maybe it's to do with the translation, is why it didn't come up. because it may well be to do with that. But it's a shame that I couldn't get it particularly easily. But online appointments, yeah, get that to an appointment page. That's just your website. And that's good. You've got a free guide, so that encourages people to click through. And last updates last month. Looks like you do updates as well. That's good. So on the whole, a good start, good reviews, some good branding. I can see your branding there just coming through. Social media hasn't been picked up, but I noticed on your website you did well because you've got social media on your website. So if I go back to your website, maybe that's something that different widths on the images. It's kind of, I've seen better designed websites. It does need a bit of an update. Yeah, so you've got social media here, which is good. So that means it could be picked up by Google. You've got your times here. So let's just check 8:30 to 8:30. Friday, and then Saturday 10 till 12. So again, checking that fits. 8:30 to 8:30, 10 till 12. Yeah. Again, just you notice you've got AM to PM here. For what it's worth, sometimes Google likes it to see exactly the same. So that kind of, I would copy exactly. I would take everything you've got. So your telephone. This is a NAP thing. Just consider that as well. So hopefully that's been useful, but on the whole, pretty good. Great that you've got directions as well on the website, so well done with that. Okay, so the next one is from Matej, and he's asking the question here that he says he's on Google Maps and he's verified, but when he's searched for, he's seen as a pin on the map, but when he's not searched for, he disappears. Let's find out what he's on about. So that's great that he gives me the knowledge panel, so that's really helpful because that kind of gives me a lot of clues. So just briefly, he's got great reviews, that's great. He's in Bosnia and Herzegovina, opening and closing hours, that's fine. He's got a logo there. That's his cover photo, so that's his shop front. So it seems that most things are kind of up together. There's the logo again. 19th of April he's been posting. Let's just view all. So there's not a huge amount of information, so maybe that will be one of the reasons why he's not showing. It'll all be about authority when it comes. So if your pin's not showing, let's check this out. So we go to the map, let's see his issue. So he's showing here, that's his pin for his shop, and that's all fine. And for hover on that as well, it shows fine. I think what he's saying is if that's because we're searching for it. So we're on Google Maps now. If you don't search for something, yeah, so there you go, it disappears and other businesses are still around. So I think he's saying that. Let me just double check. Let's go back again and click on that again, go to the maps. Okay, so what we'll do is just, as we zoom in, so this is the actual shop here. Okay, so let's now click that off by deleting that so that doesn't show up. There you go. Yeah, so that's what he's saying is, why is it the visibility of my pin on Google Maps on its own is not showing? It can be seen only when it's searched for. The business is verified. It's probably to do with authority, which is a shame to say, but it probably means these have got a greater authority. They've got more reasons, so that Google has an algorithm. So to answer this question, if Google showed all of the pins, it would be such a cluttered, imagine the clutter of a town or a city if everything was shown. So Google kind of has an algorithm that shows certain authorities at certain levels. So it could well be that at one level you might just appear. Right, just see if there's a level where it appears. So there's the building. Let's take it off. Okay, so does any level, does it suddenly appear? No. And so that would imply that the authority on the business needs to improve. So how do you improve authority? There's a video here. I'll put a link now above, and that speaks about EAT. So that's to do with it being an expert, being an authority, and being trustworthy. So there'll be a video there about authority, how you can improve the authority. But basically what it means is that Google's got an algorithm to stop clutter, and it kind of, as you zoom in and out, certain pins will appear and disappear. You can't control that, but the more your authority is, the more likely it is you'll get shown. And so that's the reason why it's not being shown. Let's just go back to his business again. Let's just go to the website as well, because the website has quite an impact on how things are. So his website is Facebook, and that's fine, but of course it isn't a website as such. Does he have a website? He's using Gmail. So Google may well think that because you're not using a professional email, because you haven't got a domain name by the looks of things, I might be wrong, it's just seeing it as a Facebook page, and it won't give it that much authority, unfortunately. So it hasn't even picked up on the Facebook page at all. So I think you need more content. I think that's the answer, to get more content. So you've got good reviews, that's great. Get more content, get some offers in here, get some products in here, get some questions and answers we mentioned previously, and get the more information you get in here. And also if you can get yourself a website as well, even a Wix website or a Shopify, WordPress, and that might give you that authority you're looking for. So hopefully those tips have been really useful. You've seen some values there. Maybe now you're going to go away and do some of those changes straight away. Maybe you'll come back to this video and watch it again and again just to make sure you fully understand some of the things that I referred to. And maybe you'll run those tests. Maybe you'll look at some of those examples. Maybe you'll look at some of those videos as well that I suggested you could watch. But of course, if you're wondering how you can get your business, your specific business, your Google My Business listing, how you can get that reviewed on here, well, it's really easy. All you need to do is head over to this video now and I'll tell you exactly what you need to do, and I'll see you there.